What made going to Florida State and leaving Memphis the right decision for you?
Anytime you have a decision like that, it really has to come down to two factors. And for me, it was fit and family. And I believe that Florida State and our football program is one of the most iconic brands and programs in college football. It's a tremendous opportunity. It's a program that has such a wonderful tradition and really just a great culture, past and present. And I just felt like this was going to be an opportunity that we can go and achieve greatness. And there's going to be a lot of hard work, and there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to have to focus on each and every day to elevate ourselves to get to that point. But I definitely feel like I am the man for the job, and you're excited and humbled for the opportunity. And then just a great place for our family. And Tallahassee is a special city, and there's just the people and the place. And when you get a chance to sit down with the leadership, President Thrasher, David Coburn, the Board of Trustees. I mean, you can tell that there's a true care and desire for our program to push forward and get back to where Florida State football belongs.
Coach, you're coming off a stint at Memphis. You got hired there in 2016. Very successful as well, just winning the conference championship yet again this year. You're going to take on Penn State, or Memphis is, in the Cotton Bowl. You won't be coaching in that game. This is always an interesting time because, and it's like the bad timing award, good timing because you have a new job, but bad timing with recruiting and bowl games a few weeks away. Take us all inside on the process of deciding not to coach the bowl game, telling the players that you're leaving, and how this process works.
It's been one of the most difficult weeks I've had in my life, and I'll tell you, on the flip side of it, it's been one of the most enjoyable weeks that I've had in my life. With the highs and the lows of what's occurred, winning the conference championship, really reaching the mecca of what the opportunity for a Group of Five program to get the opportunity to go to the Cotton Bowl and to be able to play into that. But on the flip side, Sunday morning I had to stand in front of my team and my football family and tell them that I was taking another opportunity and that I was moving on. And then the decision not to coach the Cotton Bowl, obviously there had to be a sense of urgency in making that decision. But when I looked at the timeline and the calendar, it's a shortened calendar this year. It's a little bit unique, and so I don't feel like I would be able to give my all to the young men at Memphis, and that's what they deserve. They deserve if the guys that are going to lead them into that game. Everybody needs to be all in, and I would not do them a disservice for being 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and I owe it to the young men here at Florida State to be able to give them all of my attention for us moving forward. So I just felt that it was best for everybody if I made that decision, and it's going to be a sad day for me when I'm watching that team go out and play, but I will be cheering and rooting for them with all my heart.
Talking to Mike Norvell, now Florida State's head football coach, with us on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line here on Golic and Wingo. Coach, you mentioned the shortened calendar. Obviously, the new recruiting calendar from the last couple years certainly changes what goes on in the coming months here. But what is your approach now as you're getting into living rooms as the Florida State head football coach? What are you telling these kids about what you're getting ready to lay as far as a foundation here?
Really the number one thing I'm trying to do is just open my heart to them. And, this is, recruiting is all about relationships. And when you take a job and you sit in a living room and really you have 1 week till signing day, I mean, there's not going to be enough trust that's built in that period of time. But all I can do is sit there and talk about the values of why I do what I do and, what our program is going to stand for. And the great thing about Florida State and our football program is it's a brand that people want to be a part of. It's one that, it garners respect. Just from everything that's been done throughout our past. But the thing that we're talking about is what the presence is going to be. And I'm going to give everything I have in leading this program to make sure that we're doing it the right way. That our focus is on developing the student athletes that we have and building them into incredible men on and off the field. And if I could open my heart to these young men and their families to tell them how their son's going to be taken care of, I definitely believe that we have a chance to make a connection that can be special for many years to come here in the future.
Mike Norvell with us, the new head coach of Florida State. Coach, obviously, if there's a opening that's filled, it's because things didn't go as expected, and it wasn't the season that Florida State was hoping for. You mentioned it. It's one of the biggest name brands in college football. What is your message not only to the kids you're trying to recruit, but the boosters and the supporters of the school that are looking for better results?
Well, we know where we want to go, and that's something that it's no secret. There are unbelievably high expectations. There are expectations of championships, and to be honest with you, that's why I'm here. That's one of the great pulls to this university because of the standard. And what we need to do as a football team is to continue to elevate that standard in every aspect. And then we have to hold each other accountable to getting that done. When you go back and you look at this last year and last couple of years, I mean, there were a lot of games that came down to just a handful of plays. And, whatever reason that we came up short, we've got to find a way to push ourselves to the little things of what it takes to being successful, and that's not going to show up in September. That's taking place now. Every person on our team, every coach that we have that are leading these young men, we've got to focus on being the best version of ourselves, focusing on the details, those little things, the discipline, the hard work and energy that it takes to achieve success, because it's always going to come down to one or two plays, and we got to put ourselves in the best position to achieve that success.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.